Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. We have major breaking news to get into today. President Trump has just signed a new executive order, and the White House has officially confirmed something millions of Americans have been anxiously waiting to hear. Are $2,000 checks really happening? I'm going to walk you through the facts exactly as they are. I spent hours digging through official statements, watching the signing ceremony, and reviewing every detail from Trump's Truth Social posts. So you don't have to. I'll explain what this means for your wallet, who qualifies, and when you might realistically expect to see this money. Before we dive in, take 2 seconds and hit that like button. It helps more people who need this information find the video. And don't forget to subscribe with notifications turned on because updates are coming fast. All right, let's get into it. Here's the situation. On Wednesday, the White House confirmed that President Trump is pushing forward with his plan to send out $2,000 payments to Americans using revenue collected from tariffs. This is no longer rumor or speculation. Trump directly promised these payments over the weekend and repeated that message publicly on Truth Social. Let me read you the president's exact words. We're going to issue a dividend to our middle-income people and lower-income people about $2,000, and we're going to use the remaining tariffs to lower our debt. Now, I know many of you are thinking we've heard promises before, but this time there's a major difference. Trump actually laid out details himself on Truth Social. I'm going to break down exactly what he said because the key points are buried in the fine print. In his post, Trump argued that critics of tariffs are missing the bigger picture. He emphasized that with tariff revenue flowing in, the administration intends to issue a dividend of at least $2,000 per person, excluding high-income households, and that's extremely important. He stressed that this payment is meant for people who qualify, and whatever money remains after issuing these payments will go toward paying down the national debt. He made it clear his focus is on lower and middle-income U.S. citizens. Right away, that tells us 3 crucial things. Only U.S. citizens qualify. Only low and middle-income Americans are eligible. High-income earners are excluded entirely. So not everyone will receive this money. Let's break down the qualifications based on the information we currently have. Income limits. The key phrase here is low and middle income. Trump didn't specify exact numbers in his post, but we do have something to reference. When Senator Josh Hall proposed a $600 tariff dividend bill, which Trump supported, the income limit was set at $100,000 or less. Using that as a benchmark, it's very likely we're looking at a similar income cutoff. If you make $100,000 or less, you're probably eligible. If you earn more, you're likely excluded. Citizenship requirement. Trump was crystal clear. Payments will go to U.S. citizens. If you're a permanent resident or hold a visa, the current language suggests you're not included low and middle-income families. This is designed for working families struggling with everyday costs, single parents working long hours, veterans living off fixed benefits, seniors on Social Security, and disabled Americans receiving SSDI. These are the groups the payment aims to support. Excluded groups, high-income earners, specifically those well above 6 figures, will not receive this payment. Trump stated this plainly. Now, let's clear up some confusion about the executive order Trump signed. You may have seen headlines, but here's what actually happened. President Trump and First Lady Melania Trump signed an executive order together in a rare joint ceremony on Thursday. But that order had nothing to do with the $2,000 payments. It focused on helping teenagers in the foster care system. Melania Trump spoke passionately about the hardships young people face after leaving foster care, including homelessness and dangerous living situations. She said, "I predict this small spark today will ignite a profound and lasting nationwide movement. This work is incredibly important, but I want you to understand that signing ceremony was about foster care, not stimulus checks. Don't confuse the two." Now let's talk about the funding source behind these payments. The premise of this tariff dividend is tied to tariff revenue. The administration has imposed tariffs on various countries and a wide range of goods, from steel and automobiles to pharmaceuticals. Officials claim these tariffs are bringing in trillions in revenue. The idea is that instead of letting that money flow into general government funding, a portion would be distributed directly to American citizens, similar to how Alaska pays residents a yearly dividend from oil profits. Trump described this as a way to give financial relief to those who need it most, while using leftover funds to pay down the nation's $37 trillion debt. He also pointed to record stock market highs and booming 401ks as proof that his economic strategy is working. Now, the question everyone is asking, when will the money arrive? Here's where I need to be completely honest. Even though Trump has publicly committed to these payments and the White House has backed the statement, there is still no official date. There's no schedule saying checks will go out by a certain week. What we do know is that Trump said these payments are an indicates this is being actively worked on. But for any federal payment to actually become reality, legislation or some kind of legal framework must be established. The previous Josh Hall proposal required Congress to pass a bill, so we're likely looking at either new legislation or an executive mechanism that meets legal requirements. If things move swiftly, we might see progress within weeks to a couple of months. But until we have a concrete bill or plan, we are still in the promise stage, not the payment stage. Let's break down what this could mean for specific groups, working families. If you earn under $100,000 and have children to support, a $2,000 payment could cover a month of groceries, pay overdue bills, or give you a financial buffer. For a family of 4, this is meaningful relief. Seniors on Social Security. If Social Security is your main income and you fall under the income threshold, this money could help with healthcare costs, prescription expenses, or other essential needs that fixed incomes struggle to cover. Veterans. Many veterans rely on disability payments or modest retirement income. If you serve this country and are facing financial hardship, this dividend could offer significant help. Single parents. If you're raising children alone and earning under $100,000, this money could cover childcare, school costs, or essential household expenses. Disabled Americans, if you rely on SSDI and have limited income, $2,000 could ease months of financial pressure. Now, I want to give you a reality check because I promise to be upfront with you. While Trump is committed to this and the White House has acknowledged the plan, we still need to see tangible action. Promises are one thing. Actual legislation is another. For this money to reach your bank account or show up in your mailbox, Congress must pass a bill or the administration must establish a legal method to distribute the payments. There are logistical questions, funding concerns, and eligibility processes that must be worked out. These things take time and sometimes they change along the way. That said, Trump posting this publicly and the White House confirming it puts real pressure on policymakers. Public promises like this are not easy to walk back when millions of Americans are paying attention. So here's what you can do right now while we wait for more information. Stay updated. Make sure you're subscribed with notifications on. As soon as there's movement on legislation, timelines, or payment details, I'll break everything down right here. Check your eligibility. Think about whether you meet the likely criteria. Do you earn under $100,000? Are you a U.S. citizen? If so, you're probably within the qualifying range. Don't budget this money yet. I know it's tempting to think, okay, $2,000 is coming. I'll delay this bill. Don't do that. Until money is officially approved and scheduled, treat it as a possible bonus, not guaranteed income. Seek help that's available now. Programs like SNAP, Life for Energy Bills, and state relief programs are accessible today. I have videos covering these options linked below. Update your information. If you've moved recently, make sure the IRS has your current address. If payments go out, they'll probably use IRS records just like previous stimulus checks. Let's put this in context by looking at past stimulus rounds. During CO, we had 3 major stimulus checks: $1,200 in April 2020, $600 in December 2020, $1,400 in March 2021. Those payments also had income limits and phased out for higher earners. A $2,000 tariff dividend would actually be larger than any single COVID stimulus payment. But remember, those were emergency relief measures passed rapidly. This is structured as an economic dividend from tariff revenue, which comes with different political and legal considerations. Here's the bottom line. President Trump has made a public commitment to issue $2,000 payments to low and middle-income Americans. The White House has confirmed they are actively working toward this, and Trump himself posted the specifics on Truth Social. Is it guaranteed? No, not until legislation passes. Is it likely given the public pressure and clear commitment? Momentum is definitely building. When will it happen? That's the unanswered question. But this is the most concrete this proposal has ever been, and it's something we need to keep a close eye on. I know many of you are struggling, bills are stacking up, prices are rising, and you need real help. Not someday, but right now. I hear you. I wish I could give you an exact date. What I can do is continue giving you honest updates. Stay informed. Don't fall for scams asking you to register for these payments, and keep exploring the financial assistance that is available today. If this video helped you understand what's really going on with the $2,000 payment, make sure to hit that like button and share it with someone who needs this information. Subscribe so you don't miss any updates, and check out the other videos I've linked below for programs you can use right now. We're in this together. I'll keep bringing you information you can trust. Take care of yourself and your family, and I'll see you in the next update.